Hey everybody, can we just have a real talk? Like, genuine, that your comments, they really mean more than ever in this video. It's about Marvel Rivals. But also we're going to try to answer this question. Is it good? So again, during this video, I want your sincere thoughts. I'm going to provide some answers and what I think. But I think that, again, it's just my perspective. And the reality is that the truth of this answer, I think, revolves around what you guys have to say. And I'm gonna do my best to respond to each and every one of those comments. If this video tanks and doesn't get a whole lot of views, well, I guess that's also my answer as well. Kind of makes sense. So yeah, let's provide some context first here. I think it's been a hot minute since I've played Marvel Rivals. I really love making the guides. But then it felt like out of nowhere, interest fell through the roof on YouTube. I kept wondering why, and I looked through Google Trends that it tanked hard on interest over time. Now, let's just be honest here, this is natural for every game, but it just felt a little strange. You know, it felt like a harder drop off. Steam charts also dropped, but that's only part of the puzzle. Here's my perspective, okay? With the recent season with Jean Grey coming in as a Dark Phoenix, it was really fun. I still played quick matches to aim train, I played Black Widow, enjoyed Invisible Woman. I think that the skill expression can be present in this game. I do feel though that the prior metas with dive and the flyers was a bit off and it wasn't really fun, but the developers were listening. They kept adjusting and kept making changes. And I would say maybe listening a little too well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, so listen, is this game good? I mean, okay, let's pretend like I'm an outside perspective and I've never ever touched this game before. It's free. The devs keep updating the game and they adjust on feedback. And got iconic heroes. I mean, it's a lot of fun. I would say, yeah, it's a good game. You can't sit here and lie. I don't think any of us can lie and say that it's bad. It definitely grips you, right? But maybe it's that after effect once it starts hitting after a long time, maybe the issues start presenting themselves. And I'm not really quite sure what that is. Because like I said, I enjoy making educational content. I hit Grandmasters, did it several times. But I won't lie, with work, game balance, you know, trying to like figure out, okay, how much do I put in Apex? How much do I put into my content? How much do I do in my day job? Okay, I have an issue. I have to balance time. And then unfortunately, I won't lie, I dropped off on this because I had the questions like, well, I find it fun, but it seems like people aren't really interested. Is that because I'm not reaching the right audience? Is it because it was just during that time frame? You were trying something else? Then it comes to the question, if it's good, then why in the world am I asking the question, or why are people still typing online, is Marvel Rivals good? Now, I asked you to comment down below because I compile stuff that I saw on Reddit and other socials, and let's go through this checklist, okay? Number one, the community is toxic. I saw this drama go on with Ninja, Necros, and I mean, honest, I mean, it just seems like they were, like the community was like lashing, and I don't really know why. I don't really understand the appeal of the drama. I just say let people play. But in ranked, I can at least agree that it is really intense. People rage, language gets thrown out, and people just start throwing matches and act ridiculous. Now, the grass is not green on the other side, okay? Let's just be logical here. Overwatch also has a pretty toxic fan base, so does Apex. Look at League of Legends, right? Other games can be just as bad. I mean, League of Legends is a voice, but you get my point. So why are we picking on Marvel Rivals so bad? Well, my own theory is that it's because the team-based environment matters so much. Maybe like League of Legends? That's the only one I can kind of think of that is mirroring this, that if somebody's slacking or loses its lane, you pretty much all lose unless some of the other team is just as bad or you're able to really carry that weight. But I don't think you can necessarily just hard carry in Marvel Rivals. You can be one of the best healers and still lose. You can be one of the best DPS and still lose. You can be an amazing tank and still lose. And losing sucks. It's not fun. So number two, while losing is not fun, it's hard to watch but fun to play. Okay, I've heard this many times that it's not a fun game to watch on like YouTube or Twitch and sometimes even tournaments because they have no idea what's happening on screen. That it's overstimulating, and even when a casual viewer who barely plays has a hard time understanding what's going on, how can you tell who is winning? Well, if we play the game, we know, right? But if a casual, let's say you were to show this to your mom or dad or grandmother or maybe just somebody who doesn't play video games, they're gonna be like, what is going on? Now they'll recognize the characters, but they'll still be confused. I did see the recent people play from the Fantastic Four, and just how much that, I mean, it's not saying video games are easy, and they kind of show how difficult it is, but maybe it's not as easy to understand. Like a battle royale, you have one life, oh, they died, that's it, wow, that was crazy, you know? Maybe how they died is a question, but you get my point is here. Is it understandable? I mean, for the number ones of their category, like a number one Wolverine, a number one, you know, I saw a Mantis who was really enjoyable to watch. Fans will gravitate towards them because they understand the characters, right? And so they have a fan base. But on a whole, this is also still a common complaint. This is just one I've been seeing. What do you guys think on that? Now, number 3, I heard the meta, we talked about this earlier, wasn't necessarily fun. Now, I think with the current iteration with Dark Phoenix and just the way the game is balanced, I think it's the best version of the game. And people will say, oh, it's too late for the game to be fixed. I doubt it, because I've seen other games succeed even if they had some of the worst PR ever imaginable, or like their game was going through some of the worst. So look at Apex, look at PUBG. You know, I mean, people are like, people don't play those games. Or look at No Man's Sky or something. I don't know. They're throwing some random titles out there, and I don't mean to like straw man that, but I don't think that Marvel Rivals is. It's still too early. Like, this game just felt like it just came out, and it goes to my next point. Number 4, people bandwagoning that the game is dying or dead. Now, I know this happens to every single game. I don't think that the game is dead. I think we're losing its honeymoon phase. I'm a little shocked that the honeymoon phase dropped as hard as it did. But like every game, even if it's perfect, people are gonna stop playing it. Like Elden Ring's a great game. Do the same number of players play it now? When Grand Theft Auto comes out, are the same number of players gonna play it? Do they even play the main storyline? No, they play RP. They play iterations of the game that have evolved over time. So let's answer this question genuinely together again. Is Marvel Rivals good? If you're watching this video and you typed into Google and you asked the question, is Marvel Rivals good? I think if you're casual, the upper ladders as you get better are going to be overwhelming, and that may be what turns you off. Think of this like League of Legends. I think that's the only best comparison I can think of when it comes to playing that game. Once you start diving into the overall like depth of the game, you either get overwhelmed and want to leave because you don't have time to keep up, or, you know, I guess you just keep playing. But I find quick play now compared to where it was at the launch, I think quick play is pretty relaxing. I don't get people yelling at me when I play Black Widow. And that's a throw pick and rank, by the way. That's why I play Invisible Woman, or I guess now Phoenix. I don't think it's as bad as people say. I just think in the higher ranked and higher tier, that when you start playing quote unquote competitively, that when you have somebody who is quote unquote throwing, they just get mad. But quick play is quick play. If you rage at quick play, man, you got issues, right? I think that's kind of the community's at least centering around that idea itself. So again, you got a game that's updating. You got some Gooner skins, essentially. I mean, listen, let's just be honest what they are, right? They're going to give you what you want. Also, won't lie, this video is the vibe check, because like I've been thinking, I was like, dude, Phoenix is really fun to play. I wouldn't mind posting gameplay every once in a while, or tips and advice, you know, some realistic ones. Maybe, again, I haven't played at the highest level in quite a while, but I understand it, and I could see it, and I can get people into the game. I think that's healthy. I don't mind people playing this game because I think it is generally a good game as an outside perspective. And I think now that I've taken some time, I can honestly, at least fairly, give some judgment like that. But I mean, I just didn't want to sit here and BS you the whole time, say it's bad, because it isn't. I just looked at some factors and I think that are holding the game back. And it's just odd to me because it has such a fan base, but I also see so much hate, and it confuses me. I just understand at the last part, because I feel like I'm missing something. What in the world am I missing based on everything I just mentioned? Let's comment down below. I want to talk about this. And again, if this video only gets like 500 to 1,000 views and just completely tanks and nobody ever watches this video again, well, I guess we have the answer that maybe just the interest isn't there, but I don't think that's right. And even let's put the perspective. If this video doesn't get views, it doesn't necessarily mean, maybe just for my own audience, maybe so, but it doesn't mean that the game on the bigger picture is bad. Okay, but I did see some of my video content still garnering some viewership on Marvel Rivals, and I still play it, and I'm like, man, am I robbing you guys of potentially good content? If I can help, maybe talk about some things, I said, well, let's springboard the conversation, let's do it again. And I'd love to be a part and actually be a benefit towards the community. So appreciate you guys just for sitting here. You know, it feels more like a rant, but I'm hoping to come up with some answers here and learn something, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you guys again for watching, giving me some time of the day. Hope you have a great rest of your Friday, and if it's not Friday for you, that great day. We'll all speak soon. All right, bye.